わたあなた。またいいのぶなだ。
夏らしいこと思い
人は
あんた女は君の匂い僕好きだな。やっほー、君のシードだよ。潮風が頬を撫でる。頬ごめん遊ばせ。よっふっよっふっへっよっ完璧なシンメトリー。よっはっふっボディがお留守なのだわ。潮風が頬を撫でる。連続得点なのだわ。はっはっよし舞いなさい。ほきゃはっはっふっ弱点が丸見えでしてよ。やっふっよっおっとっ波しぶきがザッパーン。 それじゃあ依頼の内容を教えてくれる？
単刀直入だな。
おにび姉さんが言いたいのは簡単な手続きをさ。
申し訳ありません、プロキシさん。この依頼は私たちの大切な仲間に関係しています。
安心して、この依頼のことは
誰にも。というのは、この任
準備がよろしければ秘密保持契約を結びましょう。口頭で読み。なんか謎めいた感じだけど。その1、プロ騎士以下こうは依頼の受領者として鬼火以下オツの依頼における関連事項には依頼人の身分、依頼の動機、その2、こうからターゲットに対して行う調査および幇助は個人の名義で行わなければならず。
一つ一つ読み上げてたら日が暮れるぞ、オルテ。
最後に必要があればプロ騎士は暗号通信、アイコンタクト、適度な嘘など合理的な手段をなんか個性的な。
よし、これで私たちは一連卓勝となった。お前たちがきちんと契約を守っ。
隊長、あまりプロキシさんを驚かす。
ポイントはそこで。で、今度こそ教えてくれるんだよね。
シードのことだ。ここにいる者は事情を知ってる。11号についてはプロ騎士君、我々が君に協力を仰ぐのはシードにビッグシードの死を隠さねばならないからだ。
ビッグシードってシードが操縦してる血の。
最近のことではありません。ビッグシードは
11年前、彼の論理コアは致命的な損傷を負ったのであります。血の。そんな。でもシードの中では。
I see. So this is the thing that's actually shown in the character trailer for Seed. They show that basically Seed was in the Hollow. He came across 11 years ago, obviously, as they said. He came across that girl. He came across Flora in the Hollow, and in the video, basically, it seemed like basically the AI portion of his brain, it seemed like he was partly human, partly humanoid, partly mechanical. But it seemed like some part of his defense subroutines was like, oh shit, this creature in front of us is a danger, activating self-defense protocols or activating extermination protocols. And so Seed would have killed Flora in the Hollow right then and there. But basically he ripped something out of his head. So something came out of his forehead and he yanked it out and broke it, which is the logic core getting broken, like they said. So that's the event. So basically, he screwed himself over to avoid hurting Flora in the Hollow, and then continued to raise Flora, much like a father, basically. And so Flora has been piloting Seed. And in the video, they do mention the fact that doing what he did was going to fuck himself over. And then they had that part in the video, and then they kind of cut to more parts where they offhandedly mentioned that Seed is sleeping longer and longer. So you're just oh, okay. So that hits home. You're oh, okay. They talked about how he'd be screwed over for doing that, and then here we have, references to kind of the consequences of doing that. But I don't think in the video they really talked about what actually happened to Seed, right? There was no definitive conclusion. He was just, constantly becoming more and more sleepy. And in the game, she's referred to him as being asleep and stuff, but we didn't know he was actually dead. Which of course now they're saying, yeah, he's no longer functional. Although who knows? Maybe he is dormant there somewhere. Maybe this quest is going to have some sort of have some sort of like event or where Flora gets in trouble, Flora gets in danger, and the seed construct protects her. So there might be some like remnants, perhaps, but like all in all, he's mostly dead, as dead as he can be, I guess. So, well, okay, so because we never really saw him talk, but we never had like definitive proof that he was inactive, because like we don't. It's not like we see Seed and Flora 24/7. So this possible Seed pops up and says things, in the instances where we're, not interacting with them. But this is just like, nope, he's dead.
ここ数年、私たちはビッグシードが長期の休眠に入ったということにして、彼の死を隠してきたんだ。幸いあの小娘は死という概念に対する理解が疎かった。
イゾルデ元大佐が宮妻から兵士を生み出した事件の後、
そして数日前、彼女は一人で05フローに入り、隠れ家を作ったのであります。任務がない時はほとんどそちらに引きこもってしまっていて。
05フローに隠れ家を作ってそこに引きこもっ
シードのエーテル適性は驚くほど高い。侵食を恐れる必要は全くないが、半端なエーテル適性では彼女とにかく彼女がイゾルデに妙な。
Oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like the whole anti-corruption is for extended periods. Like it should be that people should be able to go see her. Like I mean, maybe she's in a location where the ether is especially thick, which would kind of keep away people with low resistances. But you'd think someone with a relatively high, like if hers is insanely high resistant, but like what about people who have a really high resistant and then take the anti-corruption serum on top of that? Like, wouldn't they be able to meet her? So I think that's a little weird. Like, the whole resistance is just to protect them from extended periods of time in the hollow, So realistically, all of them should be able to go meet her. They just couldn't like spend the night with her or something like that. But yeah, I assume the safe house she built is probably where she used to live before Seed adopted her.
知らない人物との交流やあなたであれば彼女との距離を縮め考えを聞き出すことも可能でしょう。
状況は大体分かったよ。そういうこのエーテル濃度高いね。前の私なら長くはいられなかったから。
Yeah, so it's obviously it's a high concentration. So people with low resistances probably couldn't even show up here because it'd be too high. But people with high resistances should be able to come here fine.
誰か来たのかな。プロキシくん、ヤッホー。
ヤッホーシード。最近はここに住んでるって鬼火隊長から聞いて会いに来た。
プロ
そういう意味じゃないから。
冗談だよ。ちゃんとトラップも仕掛けてるから、エーテリオスが踏んだらあっという間に串刺しになるようにね。だからここは静かだし、まだ燃やさなくていいかな。それでプロキシくん、
同
感だね。
ニトロフューエルにミントキャンディーを入れるとシュワシュワと缶の。
プロキシくんも試してみてよ。 僕はお花たちの面倒を見なきゃだから手伝えないけど。
僕の地雷？ああ、大丈夫だよ。手間暇かけたお家だろうし、迷惑にならないように見て回るね。
違うってば、地雷でコッパみじ。
あ、正真正銘地雷の方ね。
Oh yeah, you can kind of see. It looks like it was a picture that Flora made. You can kind of see a little tiny Flora in the bottom left and the big seed in the right. Probably, I assume we're going to zoom in, right? Yeah, you can see. So it must have been drawn by Flora when they were living together. So I'm curious if this is where they lived, but I assume that Seed brought her out right away, unless maybe he was concerned about her because his AI almost tried to kill her. I assume it's because she has too much ether in her, so she probably got classified as an ethereal despite being still human. Just because of how high her resistance was, she was able to absorb a lot more ether without being corrupted. So maybe he was worried that if he brought her out, that would also trigger shit. So this could have been where they lived while sorting this shit out. Although it is kind of weird, because if you were going to get her more used to... the idea would be like, oh, well, if you want to take her out of the hollow, you'd probably want to take her to less dense ether locations. Just kind of like how divers have to go up slowly to get their body used to so that their body can depressurize properly. So that the oxygen inside themselves doesn't expand and rupture themselves from the inside. So, but yeah, so, so it's kind of so like if he was trying to like get her used to it. So essentially, if he was trying to lower the ether inside her body, you think he would get a place further away from the high density ether, so that her ether could drop bit by bit before taking her out and having her not trigger any like sort of warnings and shit like that. But this place is super dense in ether, so much so that most people can't even show up. So it seems like a really bad place to live if you're trying to get her ready to leave.
シード隠れ家を作った時からだよ。もともと僕とビッグシードが寮でお世話してたんだけど、僕が引っ越
そっか。でも枯れちゃってる花もあるね。ここぐらい。
僕はあんまり気にならないけど、ずっとこの子たちを育ててきたけど、こんなにただの水やりじゃオイルだよ。 ピクシードも元気がない時はこれでシャキッとするんだ。だからこの子たちにも効くかなって思ったんだけど、やっぱ種族が違うとダメなのかな。
Okay, I'm back. It's a different shit.
でもうまくいかなくても大丈夫。予備の僕は諦めないよ。イゾルデ大佐だってきっとそうやって
シード、大佐の一件があってから。その変な意味じゃないよ。ただ水やりから急に大佐の話題になったのが気になっちゃって。それにあの人
真似なんてしないよ。宮妻をいいように使おうとしたら、でも宮妻を通して
ビッグシードに会いたくなった。ここには
イゾルデ大佐もエイヒ地区の人たちも宮妻の中で会いたかった人に会えたんだもん。
I mean, it's also like kind of dumb because she's like, oh, well, you should. Isolde was able to see her loved ones. It's like, I mean, Isolde was able to see the shape of her loved ones. She wasn't actually able to see her loved ones. You know, it's like you yourself can see the shape of your loved one. Seed is right there. He's that robot. You see him every day. You're seeing as much Seed as Isolde was seeing her companions. You know, yeah, they're dead. You can form the miasma into their bodies. Hell, you can even, use the miasma to control their bodies, but that's obviously not them. You know, they aren't our loved ones simply because of the shape of their husk. It's like, no, they're your loved ones because you love them as people, and they're no longer, people.
宮妻が作り出したのはただの幻だもん。現実じゃん。
実はビッグシードと本当だよ。そんなにびっくりすること？プロ騎士君だって夜中に目がはあはあ。君も僕と同じことに気づいちゃった？
やば、素で驚いちゃった。シードが言ってることが本当かもわからない。
そんな緊張しないでよ。こう見えて僕、彼はいつの間にか目を覚ましてた。けどボディの中に意識があるわけじゃない。もしかしてネットワークに意識だけがアップロード
シード、何か考
プロ騎士、君から感じた同類の気配が。
何言ってるの？
僕の気のせいだったかな。新しいお客さんが来るから今日はここまでね。
Or were we more like her kind when our eyes were not working properly? So we were being I don't even know. I mean, it's really hard to tell what she means by her kind. Is it just like the loneliness? Is it like the obsession we have with our teacher mimics her obsession that she has with hers? Is that kind of what they're trying to say? Oh, okay. I was wondering if there was anything like left, but no, it's just. Can I interact with anything else? So it's like there's literally no point. I mean, okay. I was gonna say if there's literally no reason to be here. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe if I did, no, actually, no. I had to interact with both of those things, or maybe not. Maybe only interacting with the picture would have been enough to start Seed's thing, but. Yeah, like if there's nothing else to interact with, there's really no point in giving us that choice. But to be fair, I'm glad they give us the choice, right? And generally, that's kind of how I prefer game developers to make their games. Because that's how I prefer game developers to make their games. Because just to give you the choice, right? No matter what, just give you a choice. If you want to like fuck yourself over by making the stupid choice, then that's your fault. You know?
部活でした。
それよりもノックノックで返信が来たという件であります。ビッグシードさんの
Actually, one stuff I need to prepare
彼が
something.
亡くなられてから招待の共有スペースに置かれていたはず。誰か触ったでありますか？
Okay, I'm back again.
それも一度は考えましたが、眠り続ける知能構造体から時折メッセージが来るというのも不自然ですので、実行には移しませんでした。
私でもないぞ。重要なのはそこじゃない。ノックノックの件はあくまであいつの中で目下の急務はビッグシードが眠ってはいないが決して死んでもいないと信じ込ませることだ。あいつのよくわからん計画を実行に移させてはならん。黒騎士君、ハッキングの心よ。
本気？仮にも防衛軍の一隊長が
民間人？やや入るよりのだろうが協力関係にある。
鬼火姉さん、だんだんと手段を選
分かった。 ハッキングが専門ってわけじゃないけど、私とお兄ちゃんは。
よし、では聞け。私の計画はこうだ。防衛軍からの
ですが、
意識がサイバーネットワークにアップロードされたという仮説を立てたのはシード本人だ。
Wait, so they were the ones who did it, right? Yeah, so they weren't even the ones who did it. So like at this point, why are you trying to do that, right? Why are you like if she believes that Seed is alive because of those messages. That shit keeps happening. I'm just busy, busy, busy today. But yeah, like this is what I found like really stupid because basically it'd be one thing if they were the ones who lied to her and they were the ones who said, "Oh no, like we actually secretly responded to the messages to try to convince her that he was alive," right? It'd be one thing if that's what happened, but if they aren't the ones who made the messages, then that does kind of imply that Seed is the one actually doing these things. Maybe he was able to download a portion of his consciousness into his phone or into the web or something. And so, yeah. Okay, I'm finally back and might actually have some time to actually do this now. But yeah, my point was that yeah, like if you don't know who is responding, like I was thinking if these guys were the ones saying, "Hey, we made those messages," then obviously her thinking that he's alive, it's like, well, then if you lied to create those messages, you might need to lie to, not have those messages or whatever. But like if you haven't created those messages, then why are you creating more lies? Like you even just admitted that she believes those messages are an indicator that Seed is alive. So why the fuck would you add more lies, right? Any lie that you do could eventually contradict the messages that Seed Senior is saying on Knock Knock. So it's like it's so stupid. Like there's no need to lie. She already believes the lie that he's alive because of that. You know. So like adding anything else on top of that could fuck you over in the long run. So like doing this is so stupid. She's like, hey, Seed thinks that's Seed Senior. That Seed Senior has uploaded his consciousness into the web. I know. Even though she believes this, let's add more lies onto it. For what reason? To explain that he's like to provide her confirmation? Like no. Like I don't know. I think at this point it's a little stupid, right? I understand conceptually. You want her to not do what Isolde said, what Isolde did, but like we just interacted with her. We already showed that she doesn't believe what Isolde said. Yeah. This is so stupid. I have a duty to all my Oh, okay. I guess yeah. If Seed Senior's last wishes did explicitly say this, if Seed Senior was like, "Hey, try to convince her that I'm still alive even though I'm 100% dead," if he did say something like that, then sure, I get that. But it's also kind of weird because it's like, oh yeah, Seed already believes the lie, so let's add more lies. I see. That is interesting. Oh, wait, okay, so Veronica. We met. I don't think we met Veronica. I don't know what NEDF is supposed to stand for. Also, if it's you notice how it's NED, but F has no period. So does that mean NED stands for something? But shouldn't there be a period after F too? Shouldn't all of those stand for shouldn't F stand for forces or federation or something like that? Like if DF is defense force, and in fact, NE, New Eridu Defense Force. So if all of those letters are an abbreviation for a word, then why is there no period after F? There should be. So that looks like they fucked up. Oh, I see. Before they Yeah, because the idea was that I believe. Wait, shit. Was that Magus or Seed? No, I think it was Magus. Yeah, Magus was the one they showed on the wheelchair because we saw that in the game, and I think it was Magus who recovered, was in a wheelchair, and then they just downloaded her personality from her body, and then downloaded her personality from her body, and then and did all that. Okay. Shit. God damn it. Why is everyone fucking fucking me right now? Just give me some fucking time. Oh, is she the one who was shouting at Seed? No, I think that was Isolde. Because I remember there was, in the whole thing where Seed brought back Flora, she mentioned, there was someone, he was talking basically about what he did, removing his logic core, breaking, or like damaging his logic core. And someone shouted at him, but he was in a tent. And so I was assuming it was a doctor. I thought it might have been Isolde. It's been a while since I watched that video. That was like a few weeks ago. So it might have been her, because she's a doctor. But then again, would he have told I don't know, like, was he ever a human, or was he always an intelligence construct? If he was always an intelligence construct, then I guess she just might have known him. And he was reporting to Isolde. Well, who knows? Maybe she's a doctor who can also deal with machinery.
本題に戻りましょう。シード、何年も経った今、あなた
未知の技術で眠ってるのか、そもそも眠ってないけど、フォローでうまく育たないお花たちにいろいろ試してきたんだ。オイル先生はその言っていることの意味はよくわからないけれど、まあいいわ。僕は何すればいい？ロボットのいえ、それはまだいいわ。シード。ちょっとだけ？あの子たち。あなたは本当に枯れるという。何にも違わないよ。枯れててもそうじゃなくても。
I mean, it's technically true. It's technically correct, right? If a flower is wilted, we might say it's dead, and yeah, sure, it's dead. But like, it being dead doesn't stop it from being a flower, right? It only stops being a flower when it's like like decomposed and no longer looks like a flower. Because it's like, if a human dies, it's not like they're not human anymore. It's still a human body. Now we might say, well, no, it's a corpse now, but it's like, yeah, but it's a human corpse, right? Like, it's still a human. Now we don't give it like the same rights, and we don't treat it the same way as a living human, which are no shit, obviously. But like, it's not like it stops being. I don't know. I think we are a little too pretentious, because we would say, yeah, once you die, you stop being a human, right? But it's like, well, no, like your body still is human, right? You still have a human body, you still have human DNA. You may be dead, but you're no longer. It's not like you're no longer human now,
あなたはビッグシードの身に何が起きたのか理解できていない。ここ数年、目覚ましであれば、私の。
先生、そんなことを言うためだけにわざわざ。
その感情のこもってない笑顔を私に向けな。ここに一つ任務があるのだけれど、あなたが良ければ任せてもいい。任務か。どちらでもないわ。
I don't know. It's very suspicious that she's reaching out to Flora. Also, wasn't the whole thing of like, oh my god, she's in a place where it's so dense in ether, not many people can like show up. Oh, we're the only ones who can show up because she'll open up to us. But like here we have a random doctor who also shows up, and it's like I would assume that most doctors don't really have high ethereal resistance, because that's not like a big factor in their employment, right? They're not being hired for their ability to resist ether. They're being hired because they're doctors. So like that's the weird thing. So yeah, that's what's kind of unusual. It's like, so if she's in a place that's so dense with ether that like no one's going to show up, then how is this random doctor here? And I mean, obviously, there can be doctors that have higher ethereal resistance, of course, but like you talk about how, oh my god, like she's in such an isolated area that's so rich in ether that no one's going to be able to visit her. But then it's like, well, we could go visit her, and some random doctor can go visit her. So it seems like anyone can actually go visit her. And like, the weirder thing is like it's so dense in ether, and it's Hollow Zero, one of the original and most dangerous Hollow, and she's by herself showing up, right? Also, it's also super weird that we by ourselves showed up because we like this girl. This girl is, in the military, so it's possible she has combat training. But us, as a proxy, have literally no experience fighting. Because we were incapable of even entering Hollows until just recently, and since then we've done no actual combat training. We've learned how to purify miasma and stuff, but no actual combat training that we know of, right? Like maybe they taught us a few fighting moves as part of the Yunqui Summit, but we've never actually seen any of that, or even heard reference of it. So we were able to go there completely unprotected to meet Seed in this incredibly dangerous area.
あなたの銃が敵の要塞すらたやすく粉砕できることは。
ゲームに当たる。
私も同行するけれど。さあ、シード。
Okay, well, can I leave? Oh, interesting. Is that her? Oh. Okay, so never mind. I can't actually. Oh, wait, never mind. I'll be able to start. Oh, I see. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put a pin in this. I've been getting far too delayed, far too much, and this is like the start of something. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, so I'm just gonna stop. It's unfortunate I wasn't able to get a good chunk done. I was hoping to at least get first chapter done, but I'm just not sure how long that combat will be, and I've gotten interrupted way too many times today, which is unfortunate. It does suck that I wasn't able to dedicate more time to it, but yeah, these things happen. And I did get a little walking in, so it's not the worst. But yeah, even though I've been streaming for an hour and a half, I probably only walked. The problem is, I was walking. I might have been walking for an hour, but with so many breaks in between, it's hard to get a good sweat going. So that's kind of annoying. But anyway, either way, I'll continue this more tomorrow. Yeah, I had the other stuff too. I had the Bang Boo. There's only once. Oh wait, no. Okay, so I'm doing the specialized stuff. So I have 1/3 of the specialized stuff left. I did 2/3 yesterday. And then there's cumulative ones, which I assume is the super end game stuff. And then there's this one too that I haven't done. It's just unlocked today, so I'm not in a super rush. The combat one is going to take no time at all, so I just didn't feel like doing more tower defense shit. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all